My name is Alfredo Pascua. I am a third-year transfer student, mathematics major, and I'm running for the IVP position for Fusion. The IVP is responsible for creating a safe environment for general members and is the glue that keeps the club together. As IVP, you hold a relationship between board members and general members, and three key parts to any relationship is communication, trust, and honesty, all of which are key themes that I want to uphold as IVP. So let's start with communication. As IVP, I am not going to be working alone, and I want to work alongside the mentors and the FAM heads to create a safe environment for everybody. However, sometimes general members just have grievances and they don't know where to talk about them. So I want to create better communication lines so that general members can just come in and just talk about the problem. If they need any emotional help, well, of course we'll have to be there for them because we're not just a club, we're a family. Honesty. The FAM system is a point-based system that competition so that people can kind of grow stronger bonds. However, I feel like this last year's point system was very strange. It didn't feel very clear. So I want to make the point system more transparent, make the rules more concise and straightforward so that people kind of understand and want to be part of the FAM system. This way, we can grow stronger, friendly rivalries, and it's easier to befriend your rival than it really is to befriend a stranger. Lastly, trust. And I think we should start with our interns. Last year, it seemed like the interns weren't being treated that greatly, but as a general member, it was hard to kind of understand what was going on. The interns are people that want to be more involved, so why should we treat them any differently? We shouldn't be treating them as lackeys. And so I want to treat them more as friends, people that I can rely on, and they can rely on me. Through that, we can create a stronger bond with each other, and hopefully we can expand into the general members, and maybe even board members. Who knows? We have to be there for each other. As Filipinos and as engineers, and just as college students and people, like we have to be there for each other. Through communication, trust, and honesty, I want to build a stronger relationship with everybody in board. And so create a stronger environment, not a stronger environment, a safer environment for everybody in it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Alfredo. With that being said, we'll open it up to questions now. I can start us off.
All right.
Oh no, go ahead, Richard.
Okay. So you mentioned working a lot more with the board and general members as well to take care of any issues that may come up throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
As it is, what changes would you expect from other board members in helping you take care of those issues? Like what programs? What would you expect from the rest of your board, basically?
Right. So again, I'm not going to be working alone in the system, and working alone is pretty taxing, but it's a group effort. And I feel like if we have a board that is more willing to listen and just kind of talk it out to try to see what's going on, I feel like we can approach a very safe solution, and we can try doing that like as a board. And it shouldn't just be like on me. It shouldn't just be on them. It should be more of a communication kind of thing.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Jake Jimenez, he, him, his. So you mentioned that the internship program isn't what you saw it to be this year. How would you run it differently compared to this year for the next year?
How would I run it differently? Yeah, so it kind of felt strange with the interns this year because I always thought that it was kind of a us versus them mentality, and I don't think that's good anywhere. And that's why I hope to connect more with the interns or just communicate more. create stronger bonds with them. Just be friendly. I feel like that just goes a really long way. I hope that's. Mhm.
I have a question, Sammy. So you were on ZocCon board, I believe, this year. How do you feel your experience on that board would help you as IVP?
So I was the Artist Alley coordinator for ZocCon, and because of that, I have to work with artists like from everywhere, and I had to step out of my comfort zone in order to just be like, hello, would you like to participate in our ZocCon? And it was really exciting to meet all these new people, to communicate back and forth. And I feel like artists to general members would be a very easy transition, especially since artists are pretty much the backbone of ZocCon. Like, they're kind of the reason why you go, you want to get art. And the general members are the backbone of Fusion. And so we should treat them almost similarly.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Aliana, she, her, hers. How would you make sure that the board members treat the intern shadowing them like how you want them to be treated, like not as lackeys? Because I don't know how to word this properly. Like, just how would you make sure that each board member doesn't just, hey, you say, hey, you do this, cool, or I don't know if you get it. And you kind of touched upon it with the communication answer, but do you have a plan or hey?
I feel like one good way to kind of enforce how board members treat interns is to just kind of evaluate the board members. It's not like a judgmental kind of thing, but more of a recommendation. Are there any skills that as in your position that you could kind of share with them, or is there anything that you can extend outside, so that, like, rather than kind of learning how to do a specific job, they learn more about the skill set involved with it that they can apply. So I think, like, maybe intern evaluations, maybe just like even talking to the board, like I'll be their coworker.
Okay, thank you.
I saw the.
Okay. Yeah,
I have
that's
one
the
more question.
last
Sorry.
question. There you go.
As IVP, you connect general members together. What is your pitch to non-general members to become a part of our community, like the family system?
I see. So to non-general members, it is very difficult because the FAM system is kind of already created, and it does feel like you're out of the system. But if it comes to that, I think meeting them is like the very basic starting point. Really just going up to them, being like, hey, how are you? I see that you're new. My name is Alfredo. Who are you? Like, what do you do? And why did you decide to come? Just kind of like start a conversation. And from there, probably like nudge them in the right direction, bring them in. But I feel like you should always kind of, like, people don't want to step outside their comfort zone. And I will have to do that as IVP. And I think, like, I'm pretty sure I'm fairly capable of doing this, because saying hello, how are you, goes a really long way.
Okay, thank you, Alfredo.